Welcome
Welcome
to the
to The
Empress and the
Empress and the
Fool.
Fool.
I'm Sarah Ditmore.
And I'm Caitlin Gulock, and we're here to discuss all things magical and mystic from the perspective of two curious witches.
This is our bi-weekly tarot time episode where we review our favorite decks and discuss the ethics and methodology of reading tarot for yourself and others.
Yay! Um,
I'm so excited because it's Pride Month
Happy Pride!
and we have a very special deck to review today in honor of Pride Month.
Yes, a happy Pride to the gays and the days.
Yeah, and
We
anyone else
and
who wants
anyone
to celebrate with
else.
us, however you identify. If you're pro Pride,
The
we're
gays,
pro you.
the gays, the days, and the come what mays.
Ooh, love it. Did you make that up or is
Right?
that like a thing?
I don't know. The gays and the days are a thing,
Hmm.
but the come what mays are just
I
came
love
off
that.
off the
I
dome.
love that.
So happy Rainbow Month.
Yes.
Sarah and I are not only a part of the community, but we are very passionate about promoting and protecting
Yeah.
our, as I call my patients, my rainbow babies,
Mm.
and all of our rainbow listeners and allies too. So, um, not to get political once again,
I mean, we
but
can. It's our podcast. We do what we want.
yay, it's my house, my rules.
Yeah.
Just to get serious up on the front end of things,
Yeah. Less than 2 minutes in. Let's do it.
let's do it. Make sure you're reaching out to your people who are a part of the LGBTQ community, offering them love, offering them support, because now more than ever, um, well, not more than ever, but it seems to be going fucking backwards right now.
Hmm.
Um,
So Venmo your gay friends. Give them 20
Venmo
bucks
your,
for dinner. We all need it. We're
yes,
all broke.
yeah,
The
we're
world
all
hates us.
yeah, and celebrate and protect your trans friends.
Yeah.
Be an ally. Speak out. You're never going to regret doing the right thing in that moment. So
Yeah.
yeah, make sure everyone's okay, and we love you.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anyway,
I feel like that should be the end of our podcast, and we're just beginning. I'm like,
of every podcast,
yeah,
of yeah, protect your
protect the
rainbow
gays.
friends. Yeah, they give you the best music, the best fashion, the best everything.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what the problem is here. In honor of our kind of prideiest episode yet,
Yeah.
I am wearing my favorite shirt.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's got like your traditional cowboy with a little mustache, with a gun, kind of ready to duel someone. And
Mm,
under that it says, "We'll have no misgendering in this saloon, partner."
yes,
Love
it's
it.
my favorite.
It's so
Je
good.
Jesse and I have matching shirts of it. So
I love that.
let me just double check and make sure that I'm crediting the correct off the artist.
I
Um,
don't have any of my I should have dressed gay for this. I just bought when I was visiting Caitlin for their 30th.
mhm.
I bought like all this stuff for Pride Week in Truckee of like rainbow fishnets and like rainbow eyelashes because Patagonia is coming to our Pride Week. So
Stop.
yes,
I'm
and I'm
so
volunteering at the
jealous.
event and then obviously going to the event. And so it was like I need to be fully decked out. And then of course I have my giant puffy rainbow coat. So maybe next time we record whenever we record that is post that event, I will bring a photo and share it.
Ah, yes. My shirt, by the way, was designed by the artist Sweet Cowboy Blues on Instagram. They are a trans artist from the UK. They do a lot of they do a lot of different art, like this poster that says trans people are not the reason your life is shit.
I love that.
Yeah, so they do a lot of like really sweet prints and like t-shirts and things like that. So go check out Sweet Cowboy Blues.
Oh,
Um, yeah, they're absolutely lovely, and the shirt is rad. I get a lot of compliments on it. So
incredible.
yeah, so to start this little gay
Amazing.
day of ours, not start, this is our second podcast recording
Yeah,
in
we're
a day.
doing a back-to-back recording today, so you won't be able to tell because we'll be so fresh and on it and professional. Speaking
Let
of,
us know if you want.
what interesting deck are we talking about today?
interesting deck today is the Rainbow Tarot deck.
Yay!
Yeah. So, pause for my little screen grab. Um, so I got this from a local Denver shop. It is a queer intimacy shop. I talk about them a lot. They're called Awakening on Broadway, and they are just so freaking nice, so warm and inviting and lovely. And I think I took Sarah there when
Hmm.
we came into town. Um, she came into town. Um, I actually saw this while I was buying gifts for Sarah for her birthday. That was a month earlier. And I saw this and I was like, oh crap, I do have to buy this.
I do need
So,
this, in fact, yes.
yeah. So, do you want to like describe what
Yeah,
it is?
so it is like got that like holographic look to it. So the box has in matte, it says Rainbow Tarot in rainbow lettering, and then it has a rainbow with clouds and then like a figure that's head is that like half sun, half moon head kind of combo that you see. Um with like the eye and the moon is open, the eye of the sun is closed, it has rosy little cheeks and
Mhm.
they're wearing like a shirt with rain cloud or raindrops on it, holding a black hand and a yellow hand in front of them with a tarot card that just has a heart on it. And the clouds of the rainbow and there's little stars all over are all like silver holographic, like sparkly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on the little butt of the tarot deck, there's like a little half circle cut out so you can like see the deck inside, and there's a big rainbow across it.
Which I think is so
Um,
cool. Like I got to interact with this deck when I was with you in Denver, and I think that little like cutout makes it so easy to pull the top off. It's like really I really
yes.
love that design.
I really love it. It definitely makes it instead of like shuffling, doing that
Yeah.
like board game box thing where you're
Yes,
like
trying to
waiting for
get them
10
to
minutes.
disconnect. Yeah.
Yes. So I actually really do love the functionality. So like on the long side, there is also another rainbow with two little clouds and
Yeah.
decorative holographic and non-holographic stars. I just feel like this whole box
Yeah.
is so
It's a
well
beautiful
designed.
box. And I know we
Um,
talked about this in our last deck review of like something we wanted to add to our criteria, which is like, does the box like if you were to buy this tarot box based just off the box, would you be disappointed or does it match what's inside? And I feel like this one 100% vibes with what's inside.
totally matches. So I actually was gonna wait to open this deck, even
Ah,
though I bought it a couple months ago now. I was gonna wait to open it, but when Sarah was visiting, I was like, we have to open
we
it
have
and
to
we
touch
have to try it.
it.
We have to try it. So I really couldn't help myself. I
No.
haven't used it a lot though, so this is kind of like a relatively fresh review.
And who's
Um,
the creator for this?
Oh, yes, yes, yes. The creator, the art and concept are by Lazo. So Solazo. And then the guidebook is by Cyrée Jarelle Johnson. And that's Cyre with a little accent. E. Jarelle Johnson.
Cool.
Can I read you the back? It's kind of lovely.
Yeah.
Embark on a psychedelic journey of self discovery with this dreamy, one of a kind deck. It offers a refreshing and original take on the time honored divination tool where magical queer figures from the major and minor arcana burst with emotion and energy. Cyree Jarrell Johnson is a third generation clairvoyant.
Wow.
And so Lazo's colorful Pamela Coleman Smith inspired artwork.
Yay.
We
Oh,
love acknowledging the Smith of the
I
writer Waite
love
Smith.
that. Also,
Yeah, so
I think my life goal is not to be like a talented witch of my own right, but to like be someone's, ah, yes, I'm a third generation clairvoyant. It's like, you're welcome. I started that. Like I want to be
right to start the
the like
lineage of witches.
grandma of some little baby mystic who like is trying to figure their shit out and rather than being like, yeah, once you're 20, you'll get a tarot deck and start your journey. It'll be like, "Oh, you're 2 and you're hearing voices. Let me help you through this." My
Yes,
dream in
yes,
this
you're gonna
life.
be such a good grandma witch.
The
So
dream.
definitely like one of the reasons why I chose this is because the colors are just so vibrant.
Yes.
It's very like cartoony, very
Yeah.
it's just like I don't know. It
But
just
it's
makes me
definitely
really
more
happy.
like it emphasizes the warm colors of the rainbow more than like the cool colors. It's very like bright and warm and inviting.
It feels like I don't want to say this like in a way that's going to be misinterpreted, but kind of more like childlike.
Yeah.
It feels like a kid's picture book kind of thing. And
Yeah.
it's not like bad drawing. It's not like poor quality. It's just like
No, but it's got like a
it's
little
like a
bit of the like
kid's
yeah, like cartoony. I mean, that's an art style, right? Is like the
yeah.
cartoony
I feel like I would see this on like a kid's bedroom wall and be like so
yeah.
stoked, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah, it just feels very joyous. So yeah, so the deck is lid of the deck is like
Yeah.
cut out to be a rainbow. I love this view right
It's
now.
so good.
And then inside we have the book is laid so perfectly
Oh,
inside.
love a good
Um,
fit.
and even though the sides are open, so you can actually see that there's this like holographic foil on the edges of the cards,
Hmm.
there is like some nice ASMR. There's some nice room on the side so you can actually like grab it and it's not such a tight fit.
But they're also
Um,
not like sliding out with the opening there. They're still like held in with the cardboard.
Yeah, it feels very secure.
Hmm.
So actually, a fun little story about this deck too is that it took a little journey recently. So when we were reading these tarot cards, I put this deck in Sarah's bag, and then she got on a plane, and then I said, "Oh shit, Sarah, you have my tarot cards in your bag, and I'm about to review them in like a month." So she actually sent them back to me, and I feel like they traveled really well.
Yeah, yeah, talk about bagability. I mean, I did put bubble wrap, but I
Of
carried
course.
them in my tote for a whole entire flight and didn't even notice they were there. They're very bagable.
Yeah, so it's definitely like the box is very much so like the cards fit this little book, which I think is like a
That's
hefty,
a thick book. It's like what would you say, like a finger width?
yeah, it's like a little less than a finger width.
Okay.
Um, but I really like it. It feels like it has an actual, this kind of like actual book bound feeling
It's like
instead of,
well bound, well made, not just
yeah,
like a
in,
bunch of paper stapled together.
yeah, the little flimsy pamphlet stuff like kind of drives me crazy because the
Yeah.
pages are so delicate and the
Yeah.
writing is so small. Like this writing is small, but I don't mind.
Yeah.
This is like generally the size of a like upside down.
Yeah, it's like your standard tarot box size, like not the big wide oracle deck, but more of like a narrow, tall tarot, pretty
Yeah,
standard.
yeah.
It looks like it's like a hard, sturdy cardboard too.
It is. That's a really nice sound. Yeah, it is. It's actually really well made, even for like these little cutouts that it has. It's
Yeah.
still like you can't really like bend it too much. It does feel sturdy. The one
Yeah.
thing though is that the fit is a little bit loose here. So if I do turn
Probably
it,
because of the
oh,
cutouts, yeah.
yeah, it does kind of feel a little less. Honestly, holding it like this, I thought the
Well, but
bottom
there's
would
no
slide
weight
right
in it. You
out.
don't have the cards in there. If you had the cards in there, I would.
Test it. So I would say like that's my only critique of the box, and it's a
Yeah.
kind of minor one to be honest.
There's like a slight loose fit, yeah. But
Yeah,
not so loose that it would like open in your bag.
no, it's actually like stayed pretty well. Like Sarah said, she
Yeah,
traveled across states with it, and
wasn't a
it's
problem.
held up pretty well. Um, all right, so let's get a look at
Yeah,
the
let's look at the
actual
cards.
deck. Ah. Okay, let's look at the back of one first. I freaking love that. I think this might be one of my favorite like back of cards designs.
Oh, it's
It's so
beautiful.
cute.
So it's got like diagonal in each corner. It has two swords in one in or like a sword in one corner and a wand in the other corner with like a rainbow connecting them and then a pentacle and then a heart under the rainbow. And then there's a big like yellow splash in the middle that has like two little eyes and a little red nose. And then the like sword, wands, pentacles, heart drawing is like mirrored below that. And then outside the swords and the wands, there's like shooting stars in towards the center, little leaves and stars, and then a white cup facing upright and a blue cup facing down on either side of the card.
I always thought that was a little like smile or like a little like surprised face instead of a
Yeah.
red nose. It's really cute.
Oh, you thought it was a little face, like a little mouth. I think it was a
Yeah.
little nose.
That's really cute. Either way, it's
Yeah, it's
adorable.
like a little, it looks like a little sun or like a splash star.
Yeah, it makes me, I don't know, it makes me really happy. It's just like, I think it's just like, it's so joyful. Like
The
everything
whole
about this
the whole
card.
deck so far, it like gives the energy of very like joy and like queer joy. It's
Yeah.
very colorful, it's very rainbow, it's very like bright
Yes.
and playful.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I love that. That's like it drew me so quickly into the deck that it was like, oh, I do have to buy this.
Yeah.
My favorite part is that all of the sides are all, oh my gosh, it looks so cool on camera. If you're not watching this on our YouTube, just for this effect, it looks so cool. It is hollow coated on like the edges of the cards. So when you stack them all together, it's just this like big silvery rainbow.
Yeah, like and
Um,
that like kind of silver where like when you move it it makes a rainbow. It's very cool.
I love it. Oh, it makes me really happy. It just like adds to the joy and the magic of this whole
Yeah.
thing. So yeah. What are we talking about next?
Yeah,
Let's
so what are so okay, so that's what the cards look like. So are they
yeah.
thick cardboard? Are they
Oh yeah.
thin, like paper? How do they feel? Are they shiny, sticky?
It is a thick, it's a very matte,
Okay. Love me
kind
a
of
matte
like
card.
I love a matte card. It doesn't have that like satiny finish on it either. It's
Yeah.
just like kind of feels like regular like playing cards, but without that
Hmm.
like plasticky film on
Hmm.
it. Um, I think it's pretty well made. I mean, I feel like it's like flimsy enough to kind of like shuffle around and move around. It's not so stocky. Like you can bend
Yeah,
it.
like they're bendable without being creasable.
Yes, yes. They do all have this like slight arc to them. It's really
Yeah,
slight, but they're all kind of bent this way, even though
which
I,
is common with cards, but yeah,
yeah, I haven't really used them that much too. So it's not, I mean,
it's not from
yeah,
shuffling.
they're kind of in the middle of this like sturdy, flimsy area,
Okay.
which I feel like I really like. Some cards are just really, really stiff.
Yeah.
These ones kind of feel, yeah, somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. How do
Um,
they shuffle?
yeah, let's talk about, oh, do you want me to talk about shuffling or the book first?
Two?
Let's talk about shuffleability. So I do the upright shuffle.
Yeah.
Um, I think because these are kind of newer cards, it's just taking a little bit to shake them out.
Yeah.
Definitely when you have these kind of cards that are like foil printed on the sides, they start by sticking together a little
I've
bit.
noticed that too, that they're a little stickier.
Yeah, but once you shuffle them a couple times, they're pretty fine. They're like
It's
all
like
broken
worth
up.
it because who doesn't like a shiny side?
I know. I'll have a little harder time shuffling for a pretty rainbow.
And it
Make it
seems like they're
fair.
thin enough and it's like 78 cards because it's the tarot, so they like uh they're not it's not a huge amount of cards that you're trying to shuffle and they're thin enough that it seems like they shuffle like any tarot card would.
Yeah, they shuffle pretty well. I would say just because of this little like the foil
Hmm.
wrap on it, which I wouldn't trade for anything. It does make it a little bit harder to kind of seamlessly like shuffle the deck,
Hmm.
but I really don't mind the little bit of extra effort. It's just there it feels like little pieces of art. So like I kind of just
Yeah.
don't mind um the effort
Yeah,
that goes
yeah.
into it. So it's definitely not as easy. You can't like throw shuffle it.
Yeah.
Um yeah, I haven't really tried shuffling it this way, but I feel like I kind of don't want. Oh, it actually
Oh, like the
isn't
bridge, like the casino shuffle where you
trying. I'm trying, and it like is really hard to bend these cards when they're all
Okay, so they're
together.
not good for like that kind of casino shuffle or whatever.
No,
And we
not
need to figure out the
really.
official name for that. The
It's
bridge.
a
I don't
casino
know.
shuffle.
Yeah.
Um,
The fancy shuffle.
yeah, they all just like stay together in a brick really well.
Yeah, for
Um,
better or for worse. Like sometimes
for
that's
better or
great, and
for worse.
sometimes it's like, okay.
Yeah. So the other component of this is the book.
Hmm.
I actually really like this. It I really like it has these like really nice cut round
Oh,
corners.
I love a rounded corner
I
moment.
know. The book feels really, I don't know, there's something like very just satisfying about like the size and the efficiency
Mm,
of it. It is a little thicker than any
yeah.
kind of tarot book that I've seen, but that's because each card has its own page.
Wow, like in full color. So it's each card is printed in full color on the right and then the description on the left. So it's very like detailed and colorful.
Yeah, and I do really like too. So it actually does have some like spread ideas,
Nice.
including
The Celtic
a
Cross.
mini Celtic cross.
Okay, we'll allow it.
Mm. Um, so
If you
and
missed
it
our
also
spread idea, if you missed Tarot Time 7 spread ideas, go back and listen to hear our feelings about the Celtic Cross.
um I do have to say, like, I think that it has like a really short and sweet intro. Um, there's sometimes I don't know, like the guidebooks for different decks, I have like they have the component of the start, like the intro about the author, and then maybe like how to use it in some
Yeah.
preliminary like kind of intro information, and then information about the actual cards towards the end. I have different feelings about each kind of dedicated length to those things.
Yes. I'm
This
always
one
like,
I
get through the intro quickly. I want to hear about the cards.
Yeah, but this one I actually don't mind because it actually just gives you a couple like really reasonable spread ideas. So I guess
Hmm.
like this would be a really good intro deck for beginners.
Yeah.
Like the artwork is really clear. It's a really happy deck, and it does give you even before. I love this page for the major arcana. It looks like a sticker sheet.
Yeah.
And then before the minor arcana, it gives you just like a really quick little intro into what each of the suits mean.
Oh, very cool. Yeah,
Um,
just like three sentences or two sentences per
yeah,
yeah, like suit. That's
per suit.
awesome.
Yeah, so I feel like it gives you information pretty short and sweet. It has a couple spread ideas, really short and sweet as well.
Yeah.
Um, and I didn't see this until now, but it has a note from the author in the front, which I
Oh, cute. It's
which
written
I'll
in like
read to
handwriting
you.
style. That's very sweet.
Yeah, it looks like it's written in crayon, which is
Yeah.
lovely. So it says, "Hello, I'm so glad this deck has found a new home, and I really hope you like it. This is my most special project," and that's like circled. And it took years to make from 2016 to 2022. That is 6 years.
Wow. Yeah.
It is inspired by love and queerness and so many emotions. Please enjoy.
Oh,
Love, so.
that's really sweet. I just feel like
It
there's a lot of heart in this deck.
it it really does. It feels like I can't stop saying the word joyful, but it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
this like queer joy. It feels like it has so much love in it. It feels like
Yeah.
it's so safe and so cuddly. And like
Yeah.
even the scary cards, I feel like of this deck wouldn't be that scary because it's
Yeah.
really sweet.
And so what does the
So
actual page look like for each card? Like it has the photo, but like
oh
what do
yeah.
they talk about?
Yeah. So
Like is it
let me
broken down or is it just one big paragraph?
yeah, let me go to the Empress. So, oh, it gives planetary correspondence is
Cool.
Venus.
Hey, my
Um,
girl. I knew that, but it's
I do like,
literally the Venus sign is on her card. Like,
yes, and it's in this one too. And I love, oh, I'm gonna show you this card and you're gonna
okay.
love it. I think you've already seen it, but I think maybe you forgot what it looks like, which is great. So I do like that this has, unlike a couple other decks that we've reviewed, some of the cards each have like a 3, 4, 5 page
Yeah,
freaking description. This one, you only get one page.
nice.
So there's
Clear to the
really,
point. Yeah.
it's not broken up by like upright reversals,
Okay.
positives, negatives. So I'll just like kind of really quickly go
Yeah, just
through
read
what
like
this
the
says.
Empress. Yeah.
Yeah. How can you move from a place of internal power and abundance? What can you create that reflects your keen eye for beauty? The Empress blesses any reading with nurturing, fertile energy. The time is ripe to create, whether it's painting, a business, or a family. You'll understand what the world needs through a mix of practicality and intuition. Balancing
Hmm.
material with emotional is the Empress's specialty. Ability to make money without unduly taxing yourself. Um, but it demands worshipful reverence from lovers. You deserve
Hmm.
nothing less than the utmost respect and admiration, and you know that now.
Flipping my
Um,
hair just for those who
yeah.
aren't.
So it just feels like a general like description, and it all
Yeah.
feels so positive.
And a very
Like
like well, I mean, it's hard to know with because the Empress is categorically a very like positive card. But I think like um I think that it does a really good job of giving a description with like detail without being overwhelming. Like you said, it feels like a very good beginner deck.
totally, it gives you the
Uh
vibe of the card without getting too much into. And she's holding a Venus sign because and this means that like we're not
right,
getting
like
into
all
the
the
weeds.
symbology and like the like yeah, all the tiny details. Yeah.
Just for a kind of uh flip side of this, I was gonna read about the death card, but do
Yeah.
you have another card that like
Maybe the
kind of has more
tower.
of the
The
tower?
tower, because
Let's
I'm thinking of like what because ever like we all heard how the death card can be framed as positive. So I'm like, I want to hear how they deal with something like the tower, like or the three of swords, you know?
Yeah, or the Ten of
Or
Swords.
the ten
Jeez.
of swords, yeah.
So the tower, oh my God, it's really cute. How did they make the tower look so
Will you
cute?
show me the photo?
Yes. Let me see if I can actually find the card.
I'll see the Empress
Um,
card too.
yes. All right, the Empress is right here. Let me find the tarot, and I got the Fool.
Good, good, good.
Oh my God, all of these cards, I like want to show you all of them. They're like so cute. Um, all right, let's do this. So I'm going to show you the Tower card.
Okay, so the tower is like it's pink hills with a little like teal grass, and then it has a big teal tower in the center. And the
Mhm.
top of the tower is a crown that's like opened, like the roof is like opened and like on a hinge. And then there's a teal lightning bolt coming down from the clouds that's striking the tower, and the whole tower's on fire with like pink flames. And then falling out of the tower is like a pink and a teal character who are wearing like white robes that have like bunny ears, and they both have like a black face.
Yeah, they're little like pink bunny people.
Yeah,
They're
pink and
really
blue bunny
cute.
people. To me, with all the pink and blue, it makes me think of like the death of the gender binary.
I love
But I'm
that.
interested to hear what the description says in the book.
But like for such a scary card, this is like kind of adorable. And
Yeah,
I
yeah. I
really
mean, it's
like
still like, a tower
it's
on fire with people falling out of the building, but it's much more like
yeah.
accessible way of depicting that.
And I actually have to say, I really love that the tower with the like crown open
Yeah,
and the lightning striking into the like open crown, it
yeah,
feels like it really like drives home that symbolism of this is about the fall of ideas and the
yeah.
fall of like
Hierarchy
structures.
and power and yeah.
Yeah, structures that aren't physical. So I really like it almost feels like opening a brain and
Yeah,
rewiring things in that and not as much like physical destruction, but
yeah,
internal
yeah.
collapsing, which I think is really cool. Um, let's see. Okay, the tower, planetary correspondence, Mars.
Classic.
That was my good
Mark,
AI
that
voice.
Aries energy fucking shit up.
Yeah. Are you ready for the kind of divine intervention that wipes the slate clean for a new start? This is so positive. Everything about this is just so fucking positive. I love it. Well, whether or not you're prepared, such a change is headed to your doorstep, and there's no promise that much will be left when it's done. The tower is a fiery card, burning through all that was not built to last. Whatever remains when the storm has blown away is truly meant for you. When the tower comes, grieve is necessary, but also try to accept the experience. We
Mm.
all go through periods of the tower in our lives. Never forget that chaos can be a ladder and that the most frightening times can be opportunities for self actualization. If you're in crisis, remember that what's happening must occur for you to move forward. We cannot predict or control what the tower will rend asunder. The tower in the image has been struck by lightning. It's a chance event, an unlikely circumstance. Still, we can summon the strength required to rebuild our lives after we grieve and heal. Hardship is the greatest teacher.
I
I
like
had
that.
to
I
read
like
that
that it
whole
has
thing.
like a positive take without being toxically positive. You know, it's like,
Yes.
yeah, this sucks, but you'll be okay and you'll be better off when this is over.
And I feel like I wasn't intending on reading the whole description, even though it's like pretty succinct.
Yeah.
and really gets across the idea of what the tower is
Yeah,
and just yeah, like not toxic positive. That's so like it's very
but still
realistic
positive.
positive.
Like it's optimistic.
Yes. And even I feel like it's so appropriate to like so much of what the queer community is
Hmm.
going through right now. So I feel like it's like doubly, triply important
Yeah,
and
yeah.
relevant, which is yeah, I really like that one. Um so yeah, like I
So
would
show
say
me,
10
yeah.
out of 10 for this booklet though. Like really, really well done.
Oh,
Chunkier than most, but I
but worth
I
it.
but so worth it, especially
Yeah.
again for like beginners to be able to see. I really do like that there's a full color page of
Yeah, that's
each
really
card
cool.
and you can see like what you're supposed to be looking at. So yeah, I've got a couple of cards here. So of course we have to show the Empress.
Ah, oh, I love the colors. It's
Look at the
like
kitty.
oh, so it's like earth tones. It's like I can't really tell if it's a brown or a black. It's kind of in between, like a
Oh, it's a
purpley.
purple.
It's like a purpley brown.
Yeah.
And then like an orange, but like a very earth orange.
Hmm.
And it's yeah, like a femme presenting person in like a long orange gown that has pomegranates on it and then has like the her like hair is this big black waves that come down like a cloak behind her and is filled with
Yeah.
stars. And she has like a an orange crown and has like all these plants growing behind her, is holding like a staff with a big like orange berry on it basically in one hand, and then has like a the Venus sign in the other hand. And then does she just have two additional hands behind her?
It looks like it. I think
Yeah.
it's almost like it's either two extra hands or a cape.
It looks like a cape, but it definitely looks like it has hands on it.
I love that.
And
I
then she
love
has
that
like
she
a,
has four hands.
yeah, potentially four hands, unclear. And then like a white tiger kind of cat wrapped around her. And weirdly, she looks very unhappy. She's scowling.
Yeah, she does not look happy, but I don't know. I really love the hair with the stars
Yes,
in it.
I love her.
I I love her too. All right.
And then
This
the
other like
fool.
strangely unhappy character for the card is the Fool. I like
Yeah.
also I just realized too, I don't know why I just did, but the cards have different background colors. Like all of them have different
Yeah.
backgrounds.
Yeah, it's not just
Which
like
is
a
not
white card with
common.
the image on it. It's like this
Yeah.
one has like a periwinkle background. And then it's all
Beautiful
like,
color naming.
thank you, I love periwinkle. It's like it's that same orange from the Empress and then that same kind of brownish purpley color and then like a periwinkle.
Hmm.
And has the fool walking down a cliff, like to the edge of a cliff. But the fool is in kind of like a clown jester kind of outfit, with like a jester's hat and like a Pinocchio nose, and they're holding
Hmm.
a rose, and they've got the sun looking down on them, and then a little animal following them that almost looks kind of fox-like.
I was gonna say, yeah, it looks like a fox to me too.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, the both of the major arcanas so far, they have very like grumpy faces, but kind of like the you know what the art style reminds me of, even though it's
Huh.
very different? Fantastic Mr. Fox.
It
There's something about
does.
like the that art style that's sort of like cartoons for adults.
This feels like a mix of that and like not Adventure Time. What am I trying to think? Like the colorfulness of Adventure Time
Hmm.
and like the cartoony
Yes.
loveliness, the kind of
Maybe
almost
like
like
an essence
psychedelic.
of Steven Universe in there too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. All right. So a couple more cards. Like we'll do kind of brief descriptions, but the
Yeah,
most
yeah,
important ones are out of the way.
yeah.
Um, the one thing that's really cool about this too is that again, what makes this a great beginner's deck is that it really, in terms of like layout, mirrors the Rider-Waite-Smith.
Yeah. Yeah, you can
So
tell like that it's inspired by Pamela Coleman Smith. Like it's not a way
yeah,
huge departure from that art style. Like it's the
yeah,
similar format, it's just with different characters and colors and design.
yeah. And it's all like different genders, different. body types as well. Like some of them don't even look human. Like the tower characters look like
Yeah.
little bunny creatures or little cat
Yeah.
creatures. I had to show you this because of your tattoo.
Oh, it's the strength. And again, like, yeah, you're right. Totally different colors. So this one has a pink background and it's all like yellow and orange on it. And it's got this lovely person, hugging the head of a lion. And yeah, I think this one is actually quite sweet. Like they have a very sweet, relaxed facial expression, which is appropriate for the strength card. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of like softness and sweetness in the art that feels very like kind, like very approachable.
Yeah. And then again, to kind of like show the like similarity to the Rider-Waite-Smith, this one is the Ten of Cups. And I do like to, they say 10 of cups. They write it
Yeah,
out,
they write it
all
out
of
instead of
it.
the number.
And
Yeah.
it's all on the bottom and it says exactly what it is.
And it's got the
So,
lesbians.
yes, I mean, come on, eternal happiness and like a like lesbians looking at a
Yeah,
rainbow, like for
I
for
love
the
it.
cups.
I love that the rainbow is like a multicolored, untraditional rainbow, and then it's got like the 10 cups,
It
classic.
is.
And
Yeah.
then, yeah, because it's like yellow, red, blue, pink, green, purple. And then, yeah, it's got like two lesbians having a little moment with their dog and cat playing in the forest. It's adorable.
Yeah.
I want to see the lovers because I feel like I'd be interested to see how they approach like inclusivity with the lovers. And then I want to see
Yes.
like one card, like we looked at the tower. I want to see like the Ten of Swords or like a swords card. I want to see
Yeah.
how they do like the darker side of the tarot.
So this
Love.
is the
Love
lovers.
the lovers.
So
Um,
cute, right?
can we see gender or like, can we see what their organs are?
Okay.
I can't really tell.
No, they're just like two little like bushy things down there, which
Yeah,
you
I love
can't
that.
tell.
Yeah, they're
And
both very, what do you call that when you can't tell the gender?
androgynous.
Yes, they're both very androgynous and like, have very different presentations that are like a little bit leaning like femme and masc, but like not clearly so, like there's a lot of fluidity and flexibility in the gender presentations. It's all pink, red, and black and like behind them, they have the traditional, like you said, it's very similar to Pamela Coleman Smith. Like they have the traditional trees behind them with one has fruit and the other has fire. And then behind them is like a big angel, but the angel is like a larger woman looking person with like
Mhm.
short hair and just this very like pleasant expression and big open like arms and wings and feels very like loving and open. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool.
It's just such like every card because I haven't done too much exploring because I really wanted to give my first impressions. Everything is just so freaking lovely about this and each of the cards like just kind of subvert my expectations, I feel like.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I do want to show you a swords card, but this one it popped up, it's the Emperor, and I've seen a couple other ones with this kind of theme, but it's actually a bird person.
Oh,
So it
okay.
departs from like the humanoid.
Yeah.
So this one's like it's a purplish pink card with some like it's kind of like a blue, orange, yellow, purple theme, and it very much like mimics the emperor, like the
Yeah.
position, but the person sitting there is
A
like a
bird.
bird.
And I
Um,
love that like they play around with like not only gender and like racial and like body size presentation, but it's also like various levels of humanoid. Like they're all over the
yeah,
place, and I love
like
that.
you're not really sure whether these are all humans
It very
or
much feels like, oh, you know what? This is what the art style reminds me of. Have you ever read the books Wildwood?
no.
The Wildwood by Colin Malloy. It's fantastic. And the art style is very similar to this. And similarly, it feels like one of those worlds where like people and animal people and everything just kind of exist all
What is that?
together.
That sounds so familiar now that you're saying it like that.
This book
Um,
or this deck also feels like a world in and of itself. Like it's not just cards.
yes,
It's like it feels like it's a whole like fantasy world that you're like getting glimpses into.
yes, I want to watch the whole TV show.
Yeah, exactly. I
I
want to
want to
see
watch the whole
these
thing.
characters feel like real characters with stories, and I want to like get to know them.
I know. All right, so I want to show you a couple from the different suits just
hmm
because I feel like I want to show you like every single card, but I'm
I mean,
not
that's
going
always how
to.
I feel with a card with a deck I like. Yeah.
So I'll show you the swords next, but first I want to show you Three of Cups. This is the one that came up.
Oh, I love that. So it's got three friends cheersing their cups, but they all are just
Oh,
like maybe in their undies, like very, very chill
it's like a
bathing suits. Like it's like a
pajama
pajama
party.
undies party, and
And she has a little crack showing.
yeah, she got a little split in her onesie.
It's
There's
so
like
cute.
jack-o'-lanterns. It looks like they're having like a Halloween party. I love it.
Yeah, it's very like that traditional like witches in the like woods
Yes,
like dancing
but
around,
with like
but
modern characters.
yeah, and it's
They've
all
got like
different.
tattoos and cool hairstyles and like
Yeah. Flowers
different
in their
racial
hair,
presentations, and like it just feels like a very like diverse group of queer young folks having a little fall feast party.
which is
Um,
what we all do,
I
you
also
know.
love that like the traditional Three of Cups has like the like the harvest in the corner with like the pumpkins and everything, and then their version of that is
Yeah.
like the jack-o'-lanterns, like it's a Halloween party.
Yeah. So next, I think I'll show you the swords. I pulled the two swords that cause the most concern, which is the 9 and the 10.
Okay.
Um,
So the Ten of Swords is, I mean, they're both like it's again, it's all very similar to the Rider-Waite-Smith. So, right, it's like the
yeah.
person on their belly with 10 swords in the back, and like the other one is a person in bed, like holding their head, looking stressed. I
But
think
I
the
do like this little
things
nightmare
I
squiggle.
was
Like,
about to say, I think the things that are
yeah.
like unique and of note, other than like the bright colors and the cute like depictions of the characters, is that like the Nine of Swords being the card of nightmares is like 100% more clear here, and that she's like in
Hmm.
PJs and has like a little black like nightmare demon over her head. Um, and then, yeah, the Ten of Swords is very similar to the Ten of Swords and just like all blue, all primary colors. And the person looks kind of
Hmm.
like they're an alien, like they're blue skin on like a foreign beach somewhere. Like they look like they're in
Yeah.
some other planet.
And I like the little sad moon
Yeah.
above. Yeah. All right. So
I
that's the
like that all the
swords.
cards do like when you look at talking about the book versus the cards and how they're similar versus different, or like the box versus the cards and if it matches what you expect. One way it doesn't match what I expect is that the box is so colorful. I really expected like all the cards to be rainbow, but what I really like is that each card has its own color scheme. So each card has like two to
Yes.
four colors that it's working within. And then
Hmm.
like all together you get the whole rainbow, but not in every card, which I feel like allows or the creators to more like match the colors to the energy of the card in a way that I really like.
Yeah, I really like yeah, I feel like it's almost it makes it more digestible because there's
Yeah.
only so many colors. That's why it kind of feels like a children's book.
Yeah.
Um,
The like high
so I'm gonna
contrast. Yeah.
yeah, it makes it just really clear. This one's kind of against what we just said. So this one's like a little bit more busy. So this is
Okay.
the wands.
Three of Wands. I mean, it's still not a ton of colors. Like it's not the whole rainbow. It's like yellow, orange, blue. That's really mostly it. There's and purple.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's like the classic like person standing on a cliff looking out at the sea with all the
Hmm.
boats and the three wands. But the person they remind me of like the kid from Where the Wild Things Are.
I was just about to say where the
Because
wild things
they've got like a
are.
cloak on. You can't see their face or anything. They've got like a full body cloak on, and then they've got two little like monster horns coming out of their head.
Yeah.
Which to
And then just
me feels so
yeah.
representative of like the Three of Wands energy of like realizing you don't belong where you are, like you're different and you need to go find a new place to like find that
Yeah.
acceptance, like as a metaphor for like the queer journey. I love that.
Totally. And then, sorry, I'm showing so many, but they're so diverse.
Okay.
And then the last one I want to show is just a Pentacles because we haven't seen
Yes.
that, I don't think. So this one is the Nine of Pentacles.
Ooh.
I love this little mushroom hat with a little snail on it. It's so cute.
Yeah, it's like almost like a beret, but like it's
Hmm.
like a polka dot beret, but with a little snail on it. And everyone's fashion in this deck is unreal.
I want the shirt.
Yeah, I want this whole outfit. They're wearing like a pencil skirt with stars all over it, and then like a button-up shirt with like hearts where the nipples would be, and like a little
Mhm.
black like overlay on the shoulders.
It's called
Um,
something. It's like a half cape.
okay,
It's
yeah.
like a mini cape.
Yeah, and then like pink pearls, tattoos all over their arms with like the again, there's so much tarot overlap. Like they've got the bird in the hand, they've got the like bush with nine pentacles overflowing behind them. So it's like it all mimics the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot, but with like queer, colorful design.
Yeah. So, I mean, just delightful. The
Yeah.
whole deck. I mean, I wish I could like show you every single card, but I want to live in this world.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Because it just
so,
feels like so kind. Like you keep saying joyous, but the word
yes,
that keeps coming up for me is like kind. Like it feels just like a heart forward place where everyone's just like compassionate and kind and colorful. And I'm just like, that's the queer agenda.
it really is. Like, we're here to make people happy and to make
Huh.
people lovely. And I just really like the different, like we talk about this a lot in our other ones, but it's very racially inclusive
Mhm.
and but also like leans into whimsy too, because
Yeah.
there's even though
People with
it
blue
is,
skin and people with green
yeah,
skin and like it's not it's I think they do a good job though of their cards where like the colors just feel like fun skin colors, and then there's
mhm,
cards where like they're clearly trying to show like people of different racial like
yes,
origins, and it doesn't feel like the black person's purple, the Asian person's yellow. It's like it's like
yes,
they're just like they have like black for the black person and like a paler color for the white person, and like it feels well done when they're depicting race, and then like colorful
yes.
and playful when they're not concerned with like the racial ethnicity of the character.
Yeah, it's almost like showing like racial diversity while having skin tones across the rainbow. And I think
Yeah.
that's a really hard line to walk between like whimsy and reality. And
Hmm.
I think they do a good job of showing that diversity even within this kind of more like unreal
Yeah.
world. And then the different body sizes and the
Yeah.
fact that you can't really tell always. It almost just seems too like the pairings, like it just kind of feels like the gender of them is like so secondary. Like I didn't
Yeah.
even think when I was showing you the what is it, the Ten of Cups, right? Ten of Cups.
Hmm.
Um, like I didn't even realize it was a lesbian couple because I was like, oh, it's just like two people, and you can't really even tell. Like
Yeah.
it just kind of
There's a lot of
feels like,
like ambiguous gender and like
yeah,
yeah, I like the way they depict all of that. Yeah. It feels inclusive without being like, I'm going to make an inclusive tarot. Like it feels just like
totally.
naturally inclusive versus like trying to make sure
Yeah.
everybody's represented.
Yeah, it feels like the kind of like identity, I like the wanting to prescribe like identifiers to these
Mhm.
characters is like the third, fourth, fifth thought.
Yeah.
And the first thoughts being, oh my God, this is so cute.
Yeah. And
You
also
know,
it feels like it plays with identity and expression in the way
mhm,
queerness does, of like there
mhm.
isn't strong sense of like this person is this or is that. It's like fluid and flexible and playful.
Yeah. There's a
Yeah.
person with eyelashes and a mustache, like big, like flowing,
Yeah.
like look at me, eyelashes, and like a big blue mustache. I don't know. It's
Love
just
it. Yeah.
everything about this just definitely feels joyous. I can understand why this took 6 years to make. It's so thoughtful.
Yeah.
I want a whole children's book out of these characters. I want a whole TV show out of this
Yeah.
universe. Um, it just feels, yeah, like really just an incredible
Yeah.
job to everybody who went into making this lovely deck.
Yeah. And I feel like the images as far as like how intuitive this deck is, I
Mhm.
feel like the images are very similar to the Rider-Waite-Smith in that they tell a whole story, and just like looking at the like we've said with the Rider-Waite-Smith, like you can intuit just from the card, but it helps to know the meaning and the symbolism. I kind of get the
Yeah.
same vibe from this of like each
Yeah.
picture has its own story, its own identity, but also like the more you know about the classic symbolism of the Rider-Waite-Smith, the more you would get out of
Yeah.
it, you know?
Yeah, it does feel like a just very natural. And I think I think the Rider-Waite-Smith is a little bit like more dated. So
Yeah.
we do get kind of these more like medievally dresses, medievally
Hmm.
settings. And I feel like we're totally taking that and taking the essence of everything that it means and then just putting it into a totally different format where it's
Yeah.
pastel, it's like rounder, it's softer, all
Yeah.
the elements are there. But instead of like this weird little petticoat thing that they're wearing, it's like some
Badass
really cute
outfit.
skinny
Yeah.
jeans and like a crop top, you know?
Yeah.
So it feels like a really soft, kind, modern interpretation of the
Yeah.
Rider-Waite-Smith in
And I
like a
do
kid's
think
book.
that makes the intuition a little bit easier just because it's
Yeah.
like you can relate to the story more rather than
Hmm.
trying to understand the story it's trying to tell.
Yeah.
But I do still think that like I do think the tarot in general never rates as high on the intuitability as like the oracle cards do because there's always a level of like
Hmm.
understanding the symbolism and the meaning of each of the pentacles and the cups and the whatever, you know?
Yeah. So I'd say that it's like visually easy, like pretty easy to understand. I think on some of the cards where it gets a little bit busier, it might be a little harder
Yeah.
to figure out what's going on just because it's like quite psychedelic. It's
Yeah.
quite, like artistic and colorful and
Yeah.
whimsical. So I think like definitely knowing the Rider Waite makes this just like the easiest stepping stone. But
Yes.
I don't think it's a terrible place to start at
No,
all.
I honestly think
Like,
it's a great starter deck for tarot. Like it's very
yeah,
accessible as far as the tarot goes.
yeah, so lovely. So I'm
Yeah.
very happy to have found this. I'm gonna definitely look up more of their work.
Hmm. Well, should
Yeah,
we
just
pull some cards from it? See what the magic level is?
yes. What are we kind of
So we usually
actually?
do one card for each of us and one card for the listener.
So I was thinking the cards. I have a theme question that I want to ask
Okay,
for all of us.
great.
And that is like, what kind of energy should we bring into Pride Month
Hmm.
to help like nourish us and protect us? Like
Yeah.
how do we go in and soak up all of this joy
Yeah.
amidst a lot of
Yeah.
hardship at the same time? So,
Yeah, we're about halfway through Pride Month when this comes out, so how do we continue to like embrace the joy and celebration of Pride while also like acknowledging the grief of the state we are currently facing?
yeah. So I'll do one for you, one for me, one for the listener. I feel like it's this one. All right. So the card I picked for Sarah is the Knight of Pentacles.
Mhm. Oh, I love it. So the knight is on like a two-eyed horse, that looks very like classic cowboy with a little star bandana, some great plaid breeches, holding a pentacle and yeah, very classic Rider-Waite-Smith, like sitting on the horse in an open hilly landscape.
I love the eyes of the horse are all on the same side. It looks so funny.
Yeah, they've got two eye.
Um,
Well, I mean, maybe I kind of picture it's a four-eyed horse, like two eyes on each side.
yes. Oh, I
Giving
like that
major
even
side eye to the
more.
person riding them, by the way.
So I think overall, the Knight of Pentacles is reliable and practical. They ride in slowly with an air of certainty, mostly about kind of financial and material future. Um, let's see, they're trustworthy and grounded.
Hmm.
So I feel like this is, I don't know, it feels like a really like
To
safe,
me, it feels
reliable person.
like with the concept of the question you asked, it's making me think of like Pride Week here. I'm very involved in all the volunteer stuff for our Pride Week and whatnot. And I've been looking at the schedule for Pride Week, planning it because we're recording this in May, so Pride hasn't started yet. And I've been trying to like plan what I'm gonna do and everything. And I think this card is a reminder of like take it slow. Like your body has a lot of needs and can get overwhelmed if you do too much. So it's
Yeah.
like still go out there, be a part of it, build new connections, enjoy it, but like take it slow. Don't rush into everything. Don't try to do all of it. Like
Yeah, and do it
be
deliberately.
practical, be deliberate. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's also a call to look to people or to be the person. I think that's another thing with like face cards that we've talked about. It's either an aspect of you or somebody else in your life.
Yeah.
But that kind of reliable, steady person who is able to be like just safe, like a
Yeah.
little haven. You're
Yeah.
a little rescuer, your little knight.
Yeah. Lean on
All right,
Charlie
what
when
do
I need
I?
to.
Yeah. Oh, he's very much Knight of Pentacles. It feels no, he's like Knight of Pentacles and Knight of Cups. A little. He's a little water boy.
Yeah, he's got good. My acupuncturist told me the other day that she's never worked with someone whose partner has such a high emotional intelligence. And it's like, yeah, it's because we live in
Girl.
Tahoe and all the men have Peter Pan syndrome.
I pulled the lovers for myself.
Oh,
Um,
let love
I'll
win
read.
this pride.
Love
Love
does
and be
love do
loved.
win. Oh, all right. I'll just read a little bit about the lovers. Um, the lovers counsels happiness through healthy relationships with ourselves, others, and the world around us. It's ruled by Gemini. And it emphasizes the need for communication, harmony. The lovers card does not want love to break us apart or change us. It wants love to help us be the truest versions of ourselves. Stop! I just got like chills from
That's
reading that because
beautiful.
I think that's like very much what the whole movement is about like letting love lead us to be the most authentic versions of ourselves and letting
Yeah.
our love and the way we portray it be authentic as
Yeah.
well. So it's this kind of like give
Yeah.
and take, and that's what the lovers is about. It's about like this balancing.
I love
Uh,
that.
I know. I'm gonna cry. All right, what do the listeners need for the rest of Pride Month? Oh, I already found it. I feel like my little like magic card detector hand is like, oh, I know these cards now. Like at
Yeah,
first it was like,
yeah,
what? What do you want? Um, okay. Love this. The Page of Swords.
Ah, the classic card of like exploring your identity and figuring out who you are in this world. Like,
Yeah.
go out there and just like try on a new identity, see how it feels. You don't have to commit, but like this is a time of growth and exploration and finding yourself and finding your voice and standing up for what you believe in.
Oh, but I love this outfit too. Sorry. Like, oh, beautiful. Like this
Yeah.
little like heart cut out on the chest is like
Yes.
adorable.
So cute.
Um, I know. So listeners, Page of Swords for you. Um, do your words have a newfound weight? Are you struggling to match your words with your actions?
Mhm.
Clear and honest communication is key, but it's very difficult.
Mhm.
It shows up in it when we're in a new intellectual space or with a group of witty people or trying our best to impress through self-expression. Just make sure
Mhm.
you're not stretching the truth. So it's like, yeah, very about like aligning with yourself, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
Do,
also
do, do,
love
do,
that
do.
for Pride of like you have to be like stand up for yourself and be honest about like who you are and what you believe in and what's important to you, but also make sure it's coming from a true place and not just trying to like fit into like a specific identity or the way you feel like you're supposed to dress or express yourself for Pride and like yeah.
Yeah. It definitely feels too, it keeps on saying like it's about like being surrounded by because the page is the youngest of the royals.
Hmm.
So it's a lot about like knowing your identity, earning your place in that space,
Hmm.
like all of that, but they're also like the kind of youngest of that. So
Yeah.
it's like also a very impressionable spot. And I think during Pride, we usually go out to communities or events
Hmm.
that have a bunch of people who have different perspectives and different life
Yeah.
experiences that challenge us and inspire us. So I think it's about like holding your own ground while you're expanding yourself too. Make sure you stay true to yourself,
Yeah.
but also like be open to new ideas
Yeah.
and open to the influence of people around you who might be pretty badass and could
Yeah.
teach you something.
It's like I
Um,
always call the Page of Swords the college kid. Like they've got that energy of the college
yes,
kid where they think they know everything and they're so smart and they've got it all figured out and they're like listen to me, like I'm gonna change the world. I know everything. I'm so right. But they're also in a
yes.
period where they're like growing and learning and exploring their identity and figuring themselves out like for the
It's
first
very
time.
spongy.
Yeah, and so I think it's that energy of like knowing your truth, standing in your truth, but also knowing that some of your truths might be wrong, and letting yourself grow and be exposed to other ideas as well.
That's a beautiful energy to go. I feel like this is, yeah, I will say magic level incredibly high. I feel like that was
Yeah.
just so, that was like very accurate and very lovely for all of us.
Yeah, I
And
do love that that's what we keep coming back to. Like it's a sweet deck. It's just like kind and like cozy and like approachable.
yeah, it feels
It's the
like,
friendly gay aunt.
oh my God, this is the friendly gay tarot deck
Yeah,
of
it's like
just
the
wanting
lesbians who
to,
live on the corner and will like make you soup when you're not feeling well is the energy of this deck.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And I feel like this is such a good and kind and like joyful, and I feel like there's a lot that's been really heavy for the queer community lately. So I feel like this
Yeah.
is inspiring me again to just like live in that lightness and live in
Yeah.
that it's supposed to be just really fun and rainbow and happy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna lean into this tarot deck energy as we're at the time of listening in the middle of Pride, at the time of recording, about to enter Pride.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very happy. Magic level 10 out of 10.
I
I
love
fucking love this
that.
deck. Yeah, this is might be my new go-to deck to bring and to like read for people too.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, super accessible, super lovely. I think this is
Yeah.
all I'm gonna use in June.
I
Yeah.
love that. So that's the
Yay.
Rainbow Tarot.
Yeah. And
Happy
then
Pride.
check out Chronicle Books if you want to get this tarot deck.
Yeah.
Give the author some love and
Yeah.
happy Pride, y'all.
Yay.
Mm.
As is above,
So is below.
as is within.
So is without.
Thank you.
I love you
And
and
blessed
blessed
be.
be. Bye, y'all.
Bye. Oh yeah.